Hello everybody, I'm Paul Plummer. Welcome back to PXP Endurance. I've got a question for you. Do you like to win? When I ask people that question, everybody says, yeah, and they get excited. Yeah, I like to win. When I ask them the question, do you like to fail? They'll look at me and they get really serious and they look down like, no, we don't like to fail. I'd like to challenge that thought process. Of course, I want you to win, but I also want you to embrace failing. Failure is not a bad thing. Failure in itself is not the end. Failure in itself is a great way of building and learning and becoming more successful. I got a question for you. You take a test, or some of you that haven't taken a test in a while, think back to a class that you were taking, something that was really relatively easy. You aced the test. Can you tell me a question from that test? Most likely not. If you think back to something that maybe you missed one on a test, or maybe there's a specific class that was really hard, you had to really struggle through it and you didn't do very well, you can tell me a lot of details about that. You can tell me the test questions, you can tell me the answers to those pieces, because you remembered it, you learned it, you used failure and you turned that into success. Because right now, that failure that you had at that point, you've learned from, you've done some great things, and it is a success. Your athletic performance is much the same. A lot of times we don't like to go out and run with people who are faster than us, or be in a strength class with people who are stronger than us, or be around necessarily people who are more fit than us, because we feel like a failure. We feel like we haven't done something good enough. I'm going to challenge you. I want to challenge you to put yourself in those situations where you're not the best. And in that context, you're really talking about succeeding, right? I mean, you may not be the first place finisher, the second place finisher, you may not be whatever on that day, but challenge yourself to be in that environment, to learn from that failure, to learn from that, to use it as motivation to get better. That's how we can turn our failures into successes. That's how we can win more frequently. And we don't have to feel as bad about ourselves because we've failed something if we look at that failure as a way that we're going to become more successful. When we're in classes in here, when we're being coached, when we're doing a run out there, I would challenge you to think about those things. I'm going to challenge you on those things when I see you. Hope you guys are doing well. We'll talk to you soon.